All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more value. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and like and share this post, and then comment where you're coming in from. Right? What state are you coming in from? All right. So first off, I always want to say that I'm very thankful, very grateful for this opportunity. Grateful for another day, another year. God allowed us to make it through 365 days. I just thank God for his protection, for his guidance, for his mercy, his grace. Just thank God for protecting us every night, every day, allowing us to get to our destination safe and sound, there and back home. I thank God for the protection that he's going to give us this year in 2026. Thank God for the doors that are going to be opening this year. Thank God for the new connections that we are going to be making, the relationships that we are going to form. Thank God for new leaders that are going to step up, Lord, and bring the value that we need in our community. Thank God for clothes on my back, shoes on my feet, shelter over my head. Thank God for money in the bank and more money coming in. I'm just very grateful. I'm very grateful for everything I have, everything I know that I will have. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right. So yeah, Signal Sniper software. Right. So this is the strategy that I've been using to make about $100 to $300 per day. Right. But I'm going to show you guys this method. Right. But first, I want to show you the recent results I've been getting. Right. Let me share my screen with you guys. All right, so you should be able to see the screen, right? So these are the results I've been getting from the past. Started this account 16th. Okay, so it's been about 14, 15 days. And I've only had 2 losing days, right? So you can see here, I had a losing day, $38, and a losing day here on the 21st of $47, right? But my results usually vary from anywhere, right? See here, smallest day was $8. Um, Biggest day was so far $256, right? So what we're aiming for is about 200 to 250 per day. Okay. Now, some days we are going to have losing days, right? Like you can see here. But when we take losses, it's going to be very small losses because I don't revenge trade, right? I don't try to overtrade and I don't revenge trade. If I see that it's a losing day, then we're just done for the day and we jump off the charts. All right, and then try again the next day. Okay, so yeah, results pretty good. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, about $200 to $250 per day starting off. All right, now that might not seem like a lot of money to y'all, but somebody like me who went from working a warehouse job, okay, working 8 hours a day, only making about $100 $150 per day, to be able to do that in a couple minutes, right, or even 1 hour, right, to even be able to do that in an hour, making over $150, right, that I would have made at my old job. That's amazing. Okay, and I know some of y'all that will really help you too, right? Being able to make $200 $250 per day consistently. All right, so that's what we're doing with this software. I'm gonna show you guys, break it down in this presentation, how we're going to be making $200 per day. All right, so this can be a side hustle for you. It doesn't have to be something that you do full time. Okay, you can keep your job and do this. You actually can do this while you're working. Okay, so all you're going to need is about 1 to 2 hours, and the markets are open 7 days a week for you to trade. Okay, I actually need to change this, right? You're only going to have to use about $100 of your capital, okay, to get a $50,000 account, or you can use your own money to make a deposit, right? But I don't suggest people do that. I suggest that you use other people's money. But if you want to, then you can do it that way, right? So Signal Sniper, what this is going to allow us to be able to do is make high probability setups. That's how it's so consistent, right? Because it's giving you high probability setups. So it's going to allow us to be able to make $200 per day, $4,000 per month. All right. So why $200? Right? Why $200? For one, $200 is realistic. All right? I'm not promising that this is going to make you rich overnight, even though I have seen people make thousands of dollars overnight. Right. But I'm not promising you that. $200 is realistic for anybody to come on, any newbie to come on and to start making money. So yeah, what we're trying to do with this is just make small wins, and it's going to end in a big result. Okay, so we stack up those $200 days, $200 day, $200 day, and it's going to end in a big result. All right, and also $200 a day allows us to not overtrade. Okay, so if we see that we're not hitting our goal, just like I showed you guys here, all right. I'm sorry. Just like I showed you here, right? Like on this day, 21st, saw that we were negative 47 for the day. I just said, okay, cool. We'll take a losing day and we'll come back. All right. Then you see here, 252, 250, 256. And then we took a losing day, negative $38. Right. But still up overall in profit. All right. Oh, sorry. Y'all couldn't see my screen. Okay. So you can see here. All right. Just like I said, when we do have a losing day, it's going to be very small, right? Very small day. Once we see that it's a losing day, then we jump off the charts. We don't try to revenge trade or try to overtrade. Okay. Right. And also $200 is going to be easy to scale. All right. So first we'll start off with making $200 a day. Then we add an account, right? Add another $50,000 account. Now we're making $400 a day. Add another $50,000 account. Now we can move it up to $600, right? And so on and so on. All right. So what are you going to need, right? What's the requirements to do this? You're going to need at least a laptop or PC. Okay. And that's so that you can install the software. I haven't figured out a way to do it just from your phone, but as soon as I do, then I'll let you guys know. But right now, we have to use a laptop PC to put it on TradingView. Once you have it on TradingView, though, you can use it on your phone. Right? But it's just about getting it on there first. 1 to 2 hours per day is what it's going to take. You're going to need the Signal Sniper software. You're going to need a prop firm account, which I said $50,000 account is only $100, and you're going to need to use risk management. Okay, risk management. So what's the power of the Signal Sniper? Okay, the power of this is once you get it, you're going to have 3 strategies in one. Okay, so I'm going to give you a course that's going to break down these strategies: the wave catcher strategy, the Fibonacci strategy, and also the gold strategy. Okay. What you want to do is just find the strategy that fits you. So you can test out all 3 of these if you want when you first get it, or you can just do one, and whichever one gives you the best results, then you can just stick with that. All right. So how does the prop firms work? Right. So there's a company that's going to give you a large amount of capital if you pass the test. Right. So usually these companies have a 1-phase or 2-phase test where you have to reach a certain profit target. With this account, you just have to go through 1 phase and reach $3,000 in profit. Once you do that on your $50,000 account, now you have access to the live account. Once you have access to the live account, now you're going to be able to withdraw the profit that you make on top of that account. All right. And we're going to split that profit 90-10, you keeping 90% and the company keeping 10%. All right. So like I said, you're going to not really take any personal loss. If you do, it'll just be the $100 for the account, and you can do a reset on that account, right? You just pay $100 again, be able to reset the account. But yeah, as long as we meet the targets and we follow the rules, we'll be able to keep the account and we continue to withdraw. All right. So how are we going to make $200 per day? So like I said, we're going to buy that $50,000 account, right? It's going to be $100. On our trading sessions, we're going to risk 5% per trade. So if we do that, we should reach $250 within 1 to 2 trades, right? And one clean setup should put us at our goal. If not, then we continue to trade, right? Some days it is going to reach, we could reach 10 to 15 trades, all right? Some days, just depending on the market. But yeah, what we're aiming for is taking the least amount of trades, but making the most money. All right, so that's how we're going to make $200 per day. And like I said, in order for us to keep our account and continue to scale, we have to use proper risk management. All right, so I'm gonna have more training on this on our live sessions, but all we do, right, to practice proper risk management, you need to get in the habit of only taking A+ setups. Okay, setups that we are completely confident in. And the way we get confident in those setups is by going through our confirmations. All right, so I'm going to show you guys real quick what I mean. All right, so this is what the platform looks like that the Signal Sniper is going to be put on, right? This is TradingView. So what we do first, right, we jump on the chart, we draw up our own analysis, and then we put the Signal Sniper on the chart. Okay, so come to the indicators. Good. Signal Sniper. All right, there we go. Okay, so once the Signal Sniper is put on the chart, our analysis is one confirmation. The Signal Sniper will be our second confirmation. Okay, it's going to let us know when to enter and exit the trade. And then this chart here, okay, this bottom right corner, this is going to be another level of confirmation. And then our last confirmation check will be this this little section down here, right? The RSI will be used as another confirmation for us. Okay, so once we go through all those confirmations, now we're confident in the trade and we can take that setup. All right. So that's what I mean by A+ setups and following all our confirmations. So then we take the trade, and then after we reach our goal, we stop. All right. If we don't hit our goal and we're in a losing trades, right, or a losing day, then we just shut our laptop or jump off, jump on our demo, and we're done for the day, right? So no revenge trading. In every trade, we want to make sure that we're using a stop loss. All right. So what do I mean by stop loss? Okay, so for example, let me show you guys my screen real quick. Okay, so for example, if we were to get into, let's say we were to get into a sell here. Right. We're in a sell trade, and we always want to make sure we set our stop loss. So like, let's say we set our stop loss here. All right. So when we press buy, or I'm sorry, when we press sell, okay, so when we press sell, the order will pop up here and we set our stop loss, right? So like, let's say we set our stop loss here. If the trade starts to go up, hits our stop loss, it's going to take us out of the trade. So we only lose a certain amount on every trade, right? This is how you control your loss. Okay, so it'll look like this here. Okay, so we set our stop loss there. Take profit. You always want to make sure your take profit is bigger than your stop loss. Okay, so this red area here, when it reaches this top, right, then it hit our stop loss. It'll take us out of the trade. So you always want to make sure that you're using a stop loss, because if you don't, you're probably going to end up blowing your account. Okay, because every trade is not going to go our way. Right, there will be some trades where we do hit stop losses, but we always make sure we control our loss so that we're only losing a specific amount that's not going to hurt our account. Okay, because eventually the trade is going to go our way, right, and we're going to win way more than we lose. All All right. So as you do this more, you'll start to understand it, and it'll be easier for you to start using proper risk management, right? But at first, you're going to want to over leverage, right? You're going to want to not use a stop loss, and you're going to want to hurry up and enter in trades without going through confirmations. That's how people continue to blow their account over and over and over again, because they don't use proper risk management and they're just trying to get rich quick. Okay. So you got to get out of that mindset. You got to have that little perspective shift and just understand it's going to be a process and it's a certain systematic setup, so you can make sure that you keep your account. All right. But if we practice this proper risk management, we'll keep our accounts. We shouldn't blow any accounts, and we should continue to scale. All right. So what's the daily routine going to look like? All right. After you purchase the Signal Sniper software, and just to let you guys know, the half off promo ends tonight. Okay. The half off promo ends tonight. If you don't make a move, you're going to have to end up paying the full price. Okay. So right now it's half off, $150. You get access to the Signal Sniper, but you want to make a move, right? Because at 12 o'clock tonight, the price is going to go up. All right. So take advantage, and you can break that $150 down into payments if you need to, through Klarna or Affirm, or Afterpay. Okay. So first hour, this is what the daily routine is going to look like. First thing we do before we jump on the chart, we plug into God. All right. Our meditation and prayer session is what we have first. Once we do that, then we jump on the chart. Okay. Once I started doing that and putting God first before everything I do, making sure I plug into Christ and get in my word before I do everything, right, I notice a change. Okay, so we do that first, then we jump on the chart. And the first thing that we want to do is head over here to Forex Factor. Okay, so Forex Factor is going to look like this. And we always want to check out the news before we start trading. Okay, and the reason why, because we just want to be aware if there's any major news events, right? You'll see a red folder, or orange folder. And what this means is there's going to be a lot of movement in the market. Okay. The low impact news events, they affect the market too, but it's not going to be as crazy as when you see an orange or red folder. Okay, so we always want to come over here, check out when we're going to be seeing red folder news or orange folders, and just be prepared, right? So you can see here, market will open back up on the 2nd. Okay, so tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and it's looking pretty smooth when the market opens back up. And then when we come back Monday, we'll do a market overview at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so we won't, I try not to really take any trades Sunday or Monday. I just try to use those days to check out the market, see how it's going to be moving, and then we make our execution on Tuesday. Okay, so you see here Tuesday, really nothing going on. Okay. Wednesday, we have some red folder news at 2:30 a.m. Again at 3:15 and 5. And then Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Okay, and I try to stay out of the market on Fridays. Okay, and the reason why is because I just feel like that's a trap day where they try to get the most money back. So I just go ahead and stay out of the market on Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays. Right, I try to only trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, so yeah, we come over here, check the news events, then we jump back over to our chart and draw up our analysis. All right, so after we draw up our analysis, then like I said, we load the Signal Sniper. That gives us another layer of confirmation, and then we wait for our clean setup. All right, once we see our setup, once we have our confirmations, then we take the trade, and depending on whether we win or lose, and we go into our second trade. All right, same thing for the second trade, and then after we're done trading, we want to log our results. Right, always make sure that you're logging your results. This is how you track your progress. If you're not logging your results, right, if you're not journaling at the end of your trading sessions, there's no way for you to get better. Right? Just like a sport, right? If you're trying to become a better shooter, you want to make sure you're tracking your training every single day, right? You want to make sure, all right, if you're starting off only making 5 out of 10 shots, you want to track that, right? Now, the second day, let's say you're making 7 out of 10 shots. Okay. So now you know, okay, I got a little bit better until you get up to 10 out of 10, right? So always make sure that you're logging results. If you don't log your results, there's no way for you to track your progress. There's no way to know where you're at, right? So people that don't log the results or journal, they're basically just going in circles, right? And this is what I was doing. I was just taking trades, a bunch of trades, not knowing why I was taking trades or how many losing and winning trades I was having. So I wasn't getting better. It wasn't until I started to journal, right, log my results, until I started noticing, all right, I'm making progress. Okay. So income breakdown. Like I said, we're aiming for $200 per day. We're going to do that. All right. Try to do that 5 days a week. That's $1,000 per week. $4,000 per month. $50,000 per year. So we have a Facebook group where we post our results, where we pass prop firms, daily, weekly payouts, and our consistent wins. All right, so I'm going to show you guys inside of our Facebook group. All right, so it's here. We only have 654 members right now. Okay, very small, but we're just starting off. But a lot more people to help. Okay, think of it like this: there's millions and millions of people on Facebook, right? Millions of traders who need help with their entries and just giving them a system, right? And we only have 654 people who have bought the Signal Sniper so far. So we have a lot more people to help, right? We have a lot more people to serve and to show this to. Okay, so we come here, we post our results, uplift each other. You'll see motivational posts, trade room schedules, yeah, updates to the software will be found in here. Okay. Shout out to Martin G passing his prop firm account, $50,000 account. All right. Shout out to David making 632 with the Signal Sniper. All right, but I keep going on and on and on in here, but yeah, y'all get the point, right? This is a place that you'll be added to, be able to share your results, connect with other like-minded individuals, right? And that's the most important thing, getting in a community of people who are like-minded, okay? Because right now, you're probably hanging out with people who don't trade. They're not trying to learn about trading. They're not trying to invest in themselves in any kind of way, right? If you bring up trading, they probably think it's a scam. Okay, so it's important for you to get around other people who are doing this. All right, so that's the importance of this. So yeah, we got our group. Okay. Now scaling, right? This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Scaling, right? We just don't want to stay at $200 per day. We want to take it higher. Okay, so at first we start off with the $50,000 account. We're going to be making $200 per day. Give us $1,000 per week, $4,000 per month. Then we want to scale up to another $50,000 account, right? When we keep adding these $50,000 accounts, once we have 5 accounts trading at the same time, right? And the way we do that, we use a trading copier, so you can trade on one account, it'll copy to the rest of the accounts. Okay. Once we have 5 accounts, now we're sitting at $1,000 per day, $5,000 per month, $20,000 months. Okay, so this is the scaling plan. This is where we're headed. Okay, starting with 1. If you want to start off with 5 prop firm accounts, you can. Right, that's $500 for 5 $50,000 accounts. You can connect them to the copier. When you take a trade on one account, it'll copy to the rest of the accounts. Okay. So what are you going to get? What are you going to get for your $150 investment? Right. So you're going to get the Signal Sniper software. You're going to get my course. It's going to break down the 3 strategies, right? The wave catcher strategy, the Fibonacci strategy, and also my gold strategy. Okay, because I trade mostly gold. So you're going to get all those strategies in one. You're going to get the course that's going to break down the prop firm blueprint. You're also going to get 24/7 access to the community support and access to the live weekly calls for 1 month free. Okay, after the 1 month, then it's $99 per month if you want to stay in. And you're getting half off promo today. Okay, so $150, half off. It's going to put it at 150 after tonight. Okay, you guys, after tonight, price is going up. All right, because this software is worth thousands of dollars. It can literally help you make thousands of dollars, right? So um, you want to take advantage of the price right now, right? Go ahead and go to thesignalsniper.com, lock in for that $150 price before price goes up at 12 p.m. Eastern time, right? After today, I don't want you guys messaging me like, oh, I missed it. I didn't know about it. Okay. It's just, it is what it is. So take advantage of that price, okay? Because I'm sure it will not be that low ever again. Right. So yeah, that's what you're going to get. You also get access to me, be able to get coaching from me and training. Okay. What I'm going to do, I want to help you become an independent trader. Right. I don't want you to be dependent on the Signal Sniper software. I don't want you to be dependent on the signals that we give. I don't want you dependent on anything else. Right. A lot of these traders, they want you dependent on them in their signal group. So you have to continue to pay them. All right. Don't let them be slick, right? They're going to try to upcharge you and keep charging you $1,000 so that you get in their groups, right? Their VIP groups, and they can continue to make you dependent on them. That's not the direction that I'm taking the people that I'm coaching, right? I'm going to help you so that you can start your own VIP group, right? You can become the indicator. You don't have to depend on certain tools or certain people so that you can get a bag, right? I don't want that. I want you to be independent trader, be able to do this on your own and take your skill and teach other people, right? Start your own group and teach other people. That's what I'm about. I'm not about trying to just get your money and come up off you real quick. Yes, I am going to get paid, right? I am getting paid for my time. I'm going to get paid from the coaching group every month from people paying that subscription. I'm going to get paid when people buy the Signal Sniper software, right? Just because I got to get paid for my time. And this is a very valuable tool that we're getting paid for, right? And you can do the same thing. You can sell the Signal Sniper software if you want to. And you can also start your own group and make your own subscription, right? But first, you got to learn the skill. How you're going to do that? Getting access to the Signal Sniper software. It's going to be like training wheels for you. And then once you become skilled, you can take the training wheels off, right? So yeah, y'all, I love y'all. Nothing you can do about that. Shout out to everybody who has already got the Signal Sniper software. Shout out to everybody in the live trading room taking trades with us. Yeah, shout out to everybody, right? What's good, Adrian? I hope you're feeling blessed in the new year. Great rising to everybody. Okay, so yeah, if you need help, go ahead and comment the word sniper below. You'll get an automated message with the Signal Sniper's software link. Once you click that link, you'll be able to pay your $150 to get access, right? It'll be automated access. You'll get access to the course, step-by-step course, right after you pay, okay? And I don't want you to feel like you're all alone. So you get access to the group. You'll be able to reach out to me for help whenever you need it. And yeah, y'all, let's go into 2026 different, right? Investing in yourself, building a skill that can pay you, right? That's what I want for y'all this year. Creating more income streams for yourself, creating more systems that bring you in money so you don't have to keep waiting for tax season. You don't have to keep waiting for the government to give you a check, all right? You can jump on here in the market and you can create your own check. You can create your own income tax check. All right. So y'all, let's get it. If you guys need help, like I said, go ahead and DM me. You got the link. It should be in the description. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. I'll see you guys on the next one.